Yo, what's up everybody? Out here at the Jet Line, the awesome Jet Line, one of the most resilient trails in Long Island as far as handling the weather. It's pretty nice right now. It does need a little bit of a sweep up. I swept it up, what was it? Earlier last week I swept it up, but we did have a rainstorm, so it left some debris. So I do have to sweep up, but this is another day on my 20-inch. Another day of my 20-inch, my first time riding my 20-inch at the trails in a very long time actually. You know, I've been riding the 26-inch, 27.5. I've been riding the Ozark. So it's gonna be interesting to ride this bike again. It takes a little bit of time to get acclimated with the bike, but luckily I was riding it the other day. Was feeling really good on it. But I actually got back on the Ozark and rode that like 17 miles. So this is my first time riding this since that time. And hopefully, it'll be fun. Only have one elbow pad. I can't find my other one, so it's time to get an elbow pad. But I will be rocking this one elbow pad in case something happens. I'll try and fall on this elbow. All right, y'all, so I am shooting at 5K 60. I have the jitter reduction feature on, and I also have the balanced exposure feature on. So hopefully the balance of the lighting should look good, and hopefully the jitter should be reduced. So as you can see in here, we do have a mostly covered track. So you have a lot of bright spots, a lot of low spots, and we're gonna see how the X5 does with all of these settings, if it improves the jitteriness, because it does. I still get that jitter when I ride around. Also, my chest harness isn't as tight as it could be. I'm gonna try to make it a little tighter today, and hopefully that'll improve some of the shakiness when I go around. But we're gonna see how the visuals look today, and also how I do on the 20-inch today. I'm gonna come around here, manual through this, hit the other side, but you're gonna miss that because this is on a tree and not a tripod. I really should go get my tripod. Playing games with myself by not using the tripod. So this is how you will come in to the trail. Coming this way, whoop, jump that, shoot. Real simple, real simple. So I'm gonna attempt hitting this big boy with my 20-inch. Haven't done that in a while. Got the pop-off pedals, hopefully they don't pop off, ha ha ha. So one of the things I want to see about the settings on this camera, if I jump this, if I can get a nice still shot from this. Because before when I came, it was kind of low lit in here, and every time I jumped, since the camera is static sitting there, it's not like somebody's holding it and following me around. When I jump, it gets real blurry. So right now I'm shooting at 5K 60. I have the jitter feature on, and I also have the balanced exposure on. We're gonna see how that is, and then we'll try something else. Woo! Oh, that was kind of sloppy. I jumped it, almost made it, didn't get all the way, but I jumped it. Let's try and clear it this time. Woo! Oh yeah, that felt better. Definitely felt better. I had a little more speed coming, had a nice pump when I jumped right there on actually the roller. Feeling better on the bike. The jump feels great. The turf that I put on the lip is definitely protecting and preserving it through all the inclement weather and people on bikes that, you know, wind up not being able to get up it right. People walking on it, whatever the case may be going on back here. I'm not back here. But the turf is definitely a big plus. I highly recommend anybody who builds trails to add some turf to protect your lips, so that way you won't be working so much rebuilding stuff. I pretty much worked on this trail first couple of months of the season. Covered everything in turf, all the stuff that's really sensitive to activity or weather, or underneath a tree that drops a lot of big drops of water. And it's been really helping out. So yeah, I'm gonna add some more to it too. So it also makes it look nice in here. Beautification matches the green in here. Woo! Oh yeah, that one really felt good. It was nice. You ever come to a spot and forget like your food and your water and your tripod, and you're like, let me just do a bunch of laps anyway. Yeah, I forgot my tripod in the car, so I don't feel like going back to the car, even though it's not that far. Just caught in the moment, caught in the vibe. So I'm gonna keep going around. Woo! Oh yeah, this jump is so much fun. Really like it. And you know what? Pop off pedals, doing great. Haven't popped off yet. Well, now since I'm jumping it, let me get that POV action. Ooh, I gotta cut this grassy stuff down. It's starting to get a little overgrown over here. See how it goes. Ooh, I got a lot to sweep up. Woo! Yeah. Oh boy. Ooh. Woo. Oh my God. That next jump comes in so fast. Woo. Nice. I gotta do this one better. That was sloppy. I would have jumped that double, but the glare, the blind spot there is kind of crazy. That was a nice workout. One lap will wipe you out here. Still have some cobwebs to get rid of. But the one thing about 20, you know, people say 20 inches twitchy. It's twitchy. No, it's just, you're just not used to the responsiveness of the bike. It's not twitchy, it's very responsive. So once your body gets used to the responsiveness of a 20, you can pretty much ride any bike and be good at it. Yeah. Oh. Manual. Woo. Woo. Came in a little too high, too low in that berm. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Somewhere in that line, I kind of hung on for dear life. Just let the line take me. You gotta be on your P's and Q's when you're riding dirt. Especially a line like this. You really gotta be on point. Especially when you start going faster and faster. It becomes more and more challenging, which is great about it. You can basically ride it as an amateur and be good. But as you get better and progress with your skill, you'll find out new and exciting things about this line. What you might have thought was real easy or too easy, once you get up to speed, you'll find out that it's a little more technical than you expected. All right, y'all, so I got my tripod. About to have some fun with it. So the next thing I'm gonna try is change the setting on the camera 4K at 100 frames per second, because I can't go any higher with the frames per second in 5.7K. You can only go up to 60 frames per second. So I'm gonna break it down to 4K and go to 100 frames a second. HDR is not available on this mode. So I had HDR on all the other videos so far, on all the other clips so far I had HDR on. But right now HDR is off, but the jitter feature is on, and also the exposure bounce feature is still on. So that's something to make a note of. So let's see how this all looks. Woo. Oh God. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa. Oh God. Woo. That something is no joke. Oh yeah. So right now I'm filming at 4K 120 and I'm using the internal mic from the camera. That's what I haven't done yet, is shoot from the internal mic of the camera. Let's see how that goes. Oh boy, that turn, boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. So 5.7K 60 using the native microphone, the internal microphone on the camera right now. It's gonna get real windy because I'm gonna hit the trail. So you're gonna see how good it sounds without me even using the mic mini. How does it sound right now? Let's get windy with it. Oh yeah. Oh boy. That's sloppy right now. Oh. That turn is no joke. Woo. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's about as windy as it can get. How did that sound? All right, y'all. So it felt really good to get reacquainted with my 20-inch. It's like the golden standard of bikes if you want to get your skills right, if you want to get used to riding again. This is the bike right here to get it all back. So it felt good to get myself tuned in with my 20-inch. Yeah, so I'm hoping that sooner or later I can get some more frames made. I got some upgrades that I made to this frame, which are pretty fresh. So I'm hoping to get some more made, and so you guys can get your hands on some. Same thing with the 24-inch Cruiser Pro XL. I want to make a gravel bike, cyclocross gravel bike. I want to design one and get one done up. So stay tuned for that. It might take a really long time to get that done, but stay tuned. Also, the pop-off pedals. The pop-off pedals held up nice, held up real nice to the abuse today. The only critique that I have about these pedals is I wish the platform was a little bit bigger. I'm used to a bigger platform now, so if it was just a little bit wider on all three sides, I think that might be the winning ticket for this. It makes it a lot more comfortable on your foot, especially when you do manuals with like Vans on, something that has no sole at all. And you're trying to do a manual, your foot's all wrapped up into it. Sometimes it causes cramps. So yeah, definitely a bigger platform would be real nice. But other than that, these things are really cool. You know, especially if you're a casual rider and you want to just ride around and then not scratch up your bikes. If you have a bunch of people with you and you're storing them on the bike rack or in the back of a car, you store them in the house, anything. This definitely is a good look. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know what you think about the bike. Let me know what you think about the Sugarcane Newbridge 20-inch Pro XXL. Let me know what you think about that. Next up, y'all. Next up, I will be doing the Ozark Trail at the trails again. So looking forward to that. I'll have my helmet and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. That's pretty much it, all right? It's Crazy Al Kane, Sugarcane.com, CACTV, and I'm out. Back to you, Billy.